that a lot of times people make statements, and they make statements that are always subjective and comparative. But I think I can make an absolute statement now that there is absolutely no group and no combination of people who have done more to inform and make people aware of traditional old-time music in the country and perhaps the world than the group of people who are about to perform. Would you make welcome the New Lost City Ramblers? Microphone.
Well, it's nice to see all your familiar faces again, all together in the same place. And we're going to play some music, I think. I'd like to do a brand new tune for you now called Old Joe Clark. Oh, that's chewing gum on the carpet. That's a new tune right there. John. Well, some of these songs we've been singing for a long time. As I recall, the golden days of old-time music were somewhere around, I don't know, the late 1920s to the early 1930s. It lasted about 3 or 4 years. And we've been reviving that 3 or 4 years for the last 17 years now. There's something wrong. And you're all part of it, you know. That's kind of fun. So here's one of those old songs called Hot Corn, Cold Corn, Bring Along Your Jimmy John, I think. We haven't played together for a while, and we'll demonstrate why. Actually, these are the golden days of old-time music, seems like. There's been some awful fine music here till now, and then some mighty fine all around, everywhere you go. Seems like. Couldn't be a nicer place for it either, so far. Except Mariposa, and except home. You're right, so am I. Let's try singing this softly, see what can you do that. All right,
What's this called?
Hot Corn, Cold Corn.
Okay, we're still on that one, all right.
Upstairs, downstairs, out in the kitchen. Upstairs, downstairs, out in the kitchen. Upstairs, downstairs, out in the kitchen. And an old cook just a reeling in a pitching. Yes, sir. Hot corn. pretty gal, I'll meet you in the morning. Yes, sir. Sally, won't you fill 'em up again? Oh, Aunt Sally, won't you fill 'em up again? Oh, Aunt Sally, won't you fill 'em up again? Ain't had a drink since the Lord knows when. Yes, sir. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Very well, my pretty gal, I'll meet you in the morning. Yes, sir. I had an old dog and his name was Ned, and he run them chickens till they fell dead. Well, he got choked on old cornbread. I sure feel sorry the dog is dead. Yes, sir. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Very well, my pretty gal, I'll meet you in the morning. Yes, sir. For to keep me happy is two little boys to call me Pappy. One named Paul and one named David. One's gonna lap it up, the other's gonna save it. Yes, sir. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Very well, my pretty gal, I'll meet you in the morning. Yes, sir. All coming and the children are crying. Preachers all coming and the children are crying. Preachers all coming and the children are crying. Chicken heads are ringing and the toenails are flying. Yes, sir. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Hot corn, cold corn, bring along a Dimmy John. Very well, my pretty gal, I'll meet you in the morning. Yes, sir. I mean, this looks like a picnic, so it might as well sound like one, too.
We'd like to just say a word about spooning on most of these songs aren't designed for spooning, but there is one in the middle that is specially designed for spooning and flipping out and everything. It's called the Hawkin's Rag. So we'd like to invite for all you spooners to spoon with us on that, but not on the waltzes and unaccompanied ballads and things like that. And I'd like to make a special request. John, would you tune that Martin guitar?
We're close enough. Let Martin do it himself. Can I hear something?
Okay. Martin has a special built-in feature of their instruments. They're made not to be played with capos, and if you put capos on, it's like playing them in two places at the same time, and they only designed their guitars to be played with one left hand. So if you have to capo, you have to retune completely, as you've probably noticed. John?
Yes?
There's still one left out there.
Which one?
I don't know, but something's out. That's it right there. I hope nobody says anything about my auto harp. Not only would they be right, but it'd be very time consuming. That one's sharp. E. It wasn't. That's sharp, Cecil. Thank you very much. I didn't know whether you'd heard of it. Have you heard about that famous collecting trip of Cecil Sharp and Lester Flatt throughout East Tennessee, western North Carolina? Okay, we ready? 19 and 16, I left my old home. Out in the west, no money, no home. I went drifting along with the tide and landed on a great
Well, I'd like to change it around a little bit here and drop the microphones. A good way to start. Do a song without any instruments at all. It happens to be a cowboy song, but it's got a sounds like it's from the mountains. Who knows? That's maybe where it started from. It actually was recorded on a 78 RPM record by Dick DeVal. It's called the Lone Star Cow Trail. It goes like this. Out on the Lone Star Cow Trail in the year of 73, that's where I met my comrade, and he was dear to me. Oh, oh, oh. Out on the western prairie in the year of 73, that's where I killed my comrade, and he was dear to me. The jury found me guilty. Of course it could not fail. The judge pronounced my sentence, and I was sent to jail. Oh, it's go and tell my mother to come and go my bail. It's go and tell my mother that comrades do not fail. It's go and tell my mother I'm down in the dark city jail. I have a loving sweetheart. You all do know her well. It's go and tell my sweetheart to come and go my bail. It's go and tell my sweetheart I'm down in the dark city jail.
I like the way you had your hat to your heart there, Joel. That looked real nice during that song. I felt that way too. That's a good tune. Keep that airplane going up there. Take me just a minute to get in tune, folks, here for this song. Don't let your deal go down. dollar is gone. Where did you get the dress you wear? Shoes that fit so fine. Got my dress from an engineer and my shoes from a driver in the mine. Don't let the deer go down, little girl. Don't let the deer go down. Don't let the deer go down, little girl, till your last gold dollar is gone. Who's going to shoe your pretty little feet? Who's going to love your hand? Who's going to kiss your red rosy cheeks? Lord, it's who's going to be your man. Papa will shoe my pretty little feet. Mama will love my hand. Sister will kiss my red rosy cheeks. Lord, it's I don't need no man. Don't let the deer go down, little girl. Don't let the deer go down. Don't let the deer go down, little girl, till your last gold dollar is gone.
Well, you know, we've been accused of learning all our songs off of old records and just being copies of them, and I don't believe that, because I know. But I resent that remark very much. I even resemble it. So this is an old story that I learned off an old record, and it's called The Automobile Trip Through Alabama. But I'm not going to do it as I did it on my record, or the way the guy did it on the record that I learned it from. I'm going to do it as if the guy who was doing it on the record was reading it. That would be different. Well, some folks call me red, but my hair's not red. It just got wet and rusted, that's all. But I bought me a brand new Ford the other day and poured it full of 10 gallons of Woco Pep gasoline to see how far I could drive it. I drove it 3 weeks, night and day, wired back for a new set of tires. I still didn't need no gasoline. I drove it all over the hills and hollers of Alabama. On top of one of those big mountains over there, I saw an old man driving a cow to a buggy. Well, the cow got scared of my brand new Ford, so the old man taken the cow and tied him to a tree and said he'd pull the buggy himself. So he got between the shafts and started. And just as he got alongside of me, I shot the juice to my brand new Ford and scared the old man, and he ran away and tore up the buggy. And the cow got loose, and he's walking on down the road just laughing at him. So I went on down to a place they call Bear Creek. On the other side of Bear Creek, I saw a great big bear. Well, the Ford stood there and started shaking. So I reached in the back seat and grabbed my hat and coat and crawled on down the road for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 miles. I come back 10 minutes later, and what do you think I saw? But there was my brand new Ford, standing in the middle of a broom sage patch, kicking with both hind feet and pawing like the dickens with the front two. I turned around and I didn't see no bear. I wondered what's the matter. The Ford said, "Don't you see all them young airplanes lighting on my back?" Well, I looked back there, and sure enough, there was a whole bunch of little yellow striped things lighting on the brand new Ford. It had knots on it like hen's eggs. Well, I got me a brush and began to thrush. They began to fly around my head and try to cool me off. This kind of got the Ford mad. It said, put him in the back seat and we'll drive him on down to the river and drown him. So I put him in the back seat and got behind the wheel and started. And naturally, the Ford, it kicked and poured and run a hot box and run all the grease out of it, and all it could say was me and you and them. I says it may be me and you and them now, but it's just going to be you and them for a little while. So I went on down the road for 10 minutes, come back 5 minutes later, and what do you think I saw? But there was my brand new Ford scattered all over a 10-acre field. Well, I taken the back housing and I poured in 2 gallons of the Woco Pep gasoline to make me a gun to go hunt the bear. I went on down to the river and saw a drove of ducks up the river and a drove of geese down the river, and just then I turned around and what do you think I saw? But there was a rattlesnake a-fixing to bite me. Well, I lit a match to the gasoline and blowed up the gun. One barrel went up the river, got all the ducks. The other barrel went down the river, got all the geese. The ramrod went down the snake's throat and killed it. And the explosion was so strong, it knocked me back into the river, and I came out with both boots full of fish. Just then I turned around, and what do you think I saw? But there was my brand new Ford, all back together again. Still didn't need no Woco Pep gasoline. Tracy, you can play spoons? I think I'm gonna have
A
to
lot of
sit down.
people ask what a rag is. Well, we're going to play you a rag, and I thought I'd also show you how to make a neat armrest for a banjo right now, and tell you what a rag is all about. Okay. There's the armrest, and here's the rag. Oh, and the rest of the rag actually has to go back in here.
I can't take this standing up. I have to sit down.
And John doesn't want you to see any of his very good licks there, and we also don't want you to know what he's playing. I need a...
I was told not to take it out of the case. But this system, you don't get calluses, I've noticed.
It's an aberration of guitar playing that comes from out someplace in the West. It's called textile. Takes a lot of guts, doesn't it? This way you hear it.
I don't think we're in tune. John, are you playing the right chord? Look inside and see if you're playing the right chord.
I knew you were going to have to take
Other things you can do with your guitar.
Give me a 5th string, would you?
Is it really worth it? I don't know.
John, you're muffing that chord there.
Well, I could play this way, but there's something, you know.
Well, play one chord that way and one chord the next way. All right, now here's a little
We
bit
came
of
here to play music and not make jokes.
the Hawkin's rag.
Now what? I'll just pull of yarn.
Tracy, can I use your arm? We'd like to get just a little bit more serious now, not too much. Is your guitar? One thing we really like to do is for instance, learn a song from Roscoe Hawkin and kind of put some harmony to it, or twist around some of the different ways of playing, because you know there are so many different ways of playing this old-time music. This is a well-known old song that's not sung in public too many times, as you'll find out after we've sung it, and we decided it was perfect for chamber music style, Charlie Poole mountain chamber music style. So we'll do this song for you called Wind Up the Little Ball of Yarn. I hear the tape recorder's clicking off. You're missing some of the best part of it here.
He just clicked it off after you said that.
That shows sense. Some of our friends, they turn them off when we start playing. Is that what you're trying to say, John? We figure that way that everything gets recorded and then erased.
My sponge is ready.
Okay.
It was in the month of May when the lambs do skip and play, and the birds sing sweetly to my charm, that I met a fair maid, and to her I did say, may I wind up your little ball of yarn? Oh no, no, said she, you're a stranger to me, and perhaps you would have another's charm. You will have to look to those who have money and fine clothes, for to wind up the little ball of yarn. So I caught her round the waist and so gently laid her down, for I did not mean to do her any harm. Then she gazed up in my face, locked both legs around my waist, while I wound up her little ball of yarn. Then she jumped up, took her skirt out from round her waist, and skipped so lightly down the lane. Then I skipped across the green for fear I had been seen, while I wound up her little ball of yarn. So come all ye fair maids, keep your head beneath the shade. Do not walk out so early in the morn. Like the blackbird, keep your head beneath your wing, and your hand on your little ball of yarn.
Rosalie McFall? Is it? Oh, no, we'll do a duet. Okay. Want to do that instead? Sunnyside? It's a little out of tune.
comes time every once in a while when a duet would be a good thing to do. I think particularly since we planned to do it at this moment in the program. So Mike and I would like to always in competition with the machine one way or the other.
Why don't we switch places here so we've done that?
A song entitled For our next number, we'd like to do The Sunny Side of Life.
There's a sunny side where no wheels be tied on the road that we must go. There are pleasant dales, verdant hills, and dales, pretty flowers ever grow. Oh, happy in the sunny, pretty rolling dales, where the sweet swift gladness of their bluebell, where the sunshine lingers on the majestic view on the happy sunny side of life.
You hear a lot about Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys and bluegrass music in general, justifiably so. But he also had a fine older brother who's had a style of music of his own and was one of the finest of the country songwriters, I think, and singers as well. And Tracy'd like to do one of his songs for you, Rosalie McFall. Well, we'd like to do it for you now, but there'll be a slight delay.
Two Martins capable.
Two capoed Martins. Well, actually, one would catch up with another pretty soon. But then I have a Gibson mandolin, and it's not capoed, and that stays in tune pretty well. Pretty well. It's these gut mandolin strings, really, is the problem.
During that last song, there was a little girl off to the side here doing some really nice dancing. I think that's really a great thing to do. Don't leave your kids home with the babysitter. Bring them here and teach them to dance. They'll be playing this music and feeling it just when they don't know what it's about. It's more fun that way. We know too much what it's about, but we play it anyhow. On these instruments are the same strings that we used on these instruments when we started playing 17 years ago. I get mine retreaded every once in a while, but otherwise...
Okay.
Years ago in New York, we started a little organization called the Friends of Old Time Music to kind of bring some of this old time music to the city. There was about 400 people attended those concerts, and I think every one of them is still playing music. That was a long time ago, and I see the name is still around. It's a nice, friendly name, and we'd like to do one of the songs that we did at that concert, the very first concert, with Roscoe Hawkin. I remember the Greenbrier Boys, Gene Ritchie, and we sang this Crow Black Chicken, so we'd like to try it now. Anybody here was at that concert? Is there anybody here who remembers that?
For Alan Block,
Yeah. And Alan Block, yeah. Where's Alan? Well, he's around. Were you there, Alan? You were working in the store. I was around the block. Now, Roscoe, he was at that concert. Okay, see what happens.
Not degree. That sounds young.
Ready? I went on the mountain, give my horn a blow. Thought I heard my true love say, yonder come the bow. Oh, my chicken and crow, oh, my chicken and fly away. Oh, my chicken and crow, I love to get by. Chicken crowing for midnight, chicken crowing for day. Long coming out, ooh, I stole that chicken away. Oh, my chicken and crow, oh, my chicken and fly away. Oh, my chicken and crow, I love to get by. Once I had a great big house, 18 stories high. Every story in that house packed with chicken pie. Oh, my chicken and crow, oh, my chicken and fly away. Oh, my chicken and crow, I love chicken and pie. Hardest work ever I done, plowing in the fields of rye. Easiest work ever I done, eating that chicken pie. My chicken roll, my chicken pie. Oh, my chicken roll, I love chicken pie.
Well, what do you want to hear? A Highwood String Band?
Turpentine Farm. I'll try and learn that for tomorrow. That's a nice one too. But we got something we all know.
Let's do something we all pick on here.
That would be,
Want to do Dallas Ray?
yeah, because I'm. Now use a real guitar this time, or I gotta use that mug?
There's the Newlin Grist Mill Collective String Band is going to play for the square dance. And then you all are going to dance, some of you. Some of us as well. We'd like to do one more tune for you and then make way for the squares, round, elliptical dances. The name of this tune is, it was on our first LP back in 1958, entitled to I'll Never Forget, Oh, What's Her Name? It goes like this. Thank you.
Let's welcome now Mike Seeger, John Cohen, and Tracy Schwarz, the New Law City Ramblers.
Well, here I am. I won't fall apart tonight.
Sally in the garden, sifting, sifting, Sally in the garden, sifting sand. Sally in the garden, sifting sand, Sally upstairs with a hog-eyed man. fight. No, sir, no, Daddy cut the batter off long time ago. Sally in the garden, sifting sand, Sally up there with a hog-eyed man. Sifting, Sally in the garden, sifting sand. Sally in the garden, sifting sand. Sally up there with a hog-eyed man.
Somebody over here said say something. Well, we'll let you know which one of us is which. Fella's gonna sing you the next song here. Play the fiddle on the next tune. His name is Tracy Schwarz. He comes from over in central Pennsylvania near Broadbecks, Pennsylvania. I think you ought to give him a hand for that. From the state of New York, which is some state, he comes from what used to be, I think, a little bit of a mountain farm over there, and he was raising mountains till they got pretty high there. His name is John Cohen. And I live over in northern District of Columbia, which is known as Kensington, Maryland. Around Kensington, Maryland, my name is Mike Seeger. We're going to play some old-time tunes here, just kind of relaxed like, because every now and then we get tired of the instruments we're playing and put one down and pick up another one and it's always out of tune. Tracy, what do you have to say about this song?
Well, this is a story about what it was like in the old days to be in Arkansas. Because in those days, well, not many people wanted to go to Arkansas. It was considered the last place in the world to go, so it was called the last frontier. And after that, Arkansas Sheik will tell you afterwards why and what the Sheik is all about. Come all of my Missouri gals and listen to my noise. Don't you never marry no Arkansas boys. If you do, I'll tell you how to be gold. Corn and brass is like sassafras tea. Cold cream blood with some tea. It's good old health food. Now when you go a-courting, I'll tell you how to dress. A buckskin hunting shirt, and this is the best. An old cloth hat, more rim than crown. An old pair of shoes with the heels run down. An old pair of shoes with the heels run down. Well, the first thing he does whenever he comes in, he takes a chew tobacco and he slobbers on his chin. First thing he says whenever he sits down, mighty makes a Johnny case of bacon too brown. Mighty makes a Johnny case of bacon too brown. Well, been a long time. Well, the milk and old brindle cow strain it in the gourd, and they put it in the corner and they cover with a board. Some gets a little and some gets a none. This is the way the Arkansas run. This is the way the Arkansas run. All sick, all sick. Oh, whip it on down. poke salad and a sassafras tea. Salad and a sassafras tea, but the Arkansas Sheik is a mystery to me. Arkansas Sheik is a mystery to me. Me too. All my song and I guess your glass through. The Arkansas Sheik is a feeling kind of blue. He got drunk and he took me into town, cause the Arkansas gals stand for down. The Arkansas gals stand for down.
We've enjoyed very much the singing of the Phipps family, and I hope tomorrow that they'll be doing some of the quartet material as well as some of the songs of the Carter family, which of course they specialize in. We'd like to do one of our favorites of the old Carter family songs, one called Gold Watch and Chain. One of the reasons we'd like to do one of the old Carter family songs is because there aren't too many new ones. If y'all are especially interested in the songs of the original Carter family, Jeanette Carter has a yearly Carter family reunion. Actually, she started it last year, and she'll have it again the last weekend in August of this year, in which Sarah and Maybelle, they come to it. They're able. They were last year, and they're supposed to be this year. And Joe, Sarah, and AP's son, and Jeanette also sing there, and Helen, Maybelle's daughter, comes to it, and they have a really nice singing and general couple of days of music the last weekend in August down near Hilton's, Virginia. Actually, the home place is around Mesa Springs, Virginia, where AP had his home and the store, the little store where Jeanette now holds Friday night music gatherings. Every Friday night. So you all go down there. If you happen to find yourself around Bristol, Tennessee, that's where Hilton's is near. Why? Bristol, Tennessee? No, it's actually Bristol, Virginia. But they're fairly close to each other. Main Street runs down the middle of divides Bristol, Virginia from Bristol, Tennessee. Are you all in tune? I don't know whether the folks are interested in that, but there it is anyway.
It's a face that is false, but it's fair. Oh, upon you, my gold watching chain, love, and upon you, my gold diamond ring. I will pawn you this heart in my bosom. Only say that you love me again. As we travel around, we meet a number of pretty good old-time musicians. Sometimes it's a chancellor or a dean of a University of the South who plays old-time banjo. Or sometimes it's a janitor at Grinnell College. Or sometimes it's a fellow who comes in to see us at the Ash Grove who works in the oil refinery down in the L.A. area, whose father used to be an old-time fiddle player in central Illinois. That fellow that I'm talking of is Bob Durham. He's one of our most loyal fans, one of our best friends now. And we sing this song with him whenever we get a chance to go out there. And it's one he learned from his dad, called Old Mother Logo. When the Strange Creek Singers went to Europe last November, we were looking for a song to sing with everybody, that everybody could sing, as we went through Sweden and Switzerland and France and so forth. And this is the one song that everybody could sing on the chorus. And if you'd like to do that, I sure would like if you would. And the song is entitled to Old Mother Logo. Could you turn it down just a little bit? The feedback is in the wrong key. Old Mother Logo, she likes whiskey. Old Mother Logo, she likes wine. Old Mother Logo, she got drunk and swam across the river on a pumpkin vine. A doodle da doo da doo da doodle da doodle da doo da doo da. Yeah, that's the chorus. Why don't you sing it along? A doodle da doo da doo da doodle da doodle da doo da doo da. Yeah, more doodle da doo da doodle da doo da doodle da doo da doo da. Yeah. Old Mother Logo, she got drunk. She fell in the fire and she kicked up a chunk. A red hot coal got in her shoe, and good God Almighty, how the ashes flew. A doodle da doo da doodle da doo da doodle da doo da doo da. Yay. A doodle da doom da doom da doom da doodle da doo da doo da. Yay. Oh, the death of my poor children. Oh, the death that they did die. Some got sick and some got drowned. Some got choked on a chicken pie. A doodle da doo da doodle da doom da doodle da doo da doo da. Yay. A doodle da doo da doodle da doom da doodle da doo da doo da. Yay.
sometimes think about how nice it is to perform out here and how nice it is to be together with all of you and all that. But for me, what's happened to this music over the years is I play more of it at home than about any place else, and I kind of like it that way. We got a fireplace that sits about here, and I got a chair that sits here. I got a banjo that hangs on the wall here. I sit down in the chair, look at the fire, and when the feeling is right, I reach up on the wall, get the banjo, and tune it and fall asleep. No, sometimes I play a little bit of a tune and think about these old fiddle tunes, and I get into a good time with this kind of thing. So I'd like to try one of those tunes that kind of, if I can get back into that spirit, it'd be all the better. I'm doing this partly as a challenge to Walt Cohen to do this on the stage some night himself, because he's a crazy banjo player, but you never hear it on the stage. So maybe Walt will later, or one of these years. Anyhow, until he does, I will. Here's a little bit of Cumberland Gap. Come along, boy, take a little nap, gonna raise hell on a Cumberland Gap. Cumberland Gap ain't my home, I'm gonna leave old Cumberland alone. Cumberland Gap, a hell of a place, 3 kinds of water to wash your face. My wife's tap walked all the way to Cumberland Gap. Come on, boys, take a little nap, gonna raise hell on Cumberland Gap. Hey, my pretty girl, leave out there, you leave out Jimmy John sitting right there. If it ain't fair and I get back, gonna raise hell on Cumberland Gap. And so forth.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one-man play about to be presented to you is entitled The Villain's Revenge, or Who Stole the Pie. Now, in the old country opera house where the folks would go to see the melodrama, the curtain would rise to music played by a one-man band. Well, it'll have to be me tonight, thank you very much. And it would sound something like this. Now, the first character to appear is the old lady, the mother of our heroine, who, after picking a few strawberries from a rose bush, wipes a tear from the end of her nose. Of course, the music sounds like this. I think that last berry was a little sharp. However, The next character to appear is the daughter, our heroine, and she approaches to music that sounds like this. Of course, since there is no more snow on the ground, you cannot hear the sleigh bells. Now, the town critic calls that a stage error, but what I call it, well, it's been deleted. However, sorry about that. The next character to appear is the villain who wants to marry the girl, and unless she consents to be his his bride, he threatens her. And the music sounds like this. Thank you, but I am not a crook. However, now the hero, who for no reason at all has been hiding behind a tree with a Vega number 3, overhears their conversation, and words are exchanged. Oh yeah, the Philadelphia Symphony has come all the way from Pittsburgh just to play this one little part. The music and it's like, shut up. Hey, are you the villain? Yes. And are you the hero? Yes. Well, we're all here. Now we can get paid. Well, let's get on with it here. Let's have some action. Blows are exchanged. Take that. All right. Well, you take that. All right. Well, I'll give you one of these for one of those. Well, thank you very much. Yes, well, today's rate of inflation, I've got to have at least 2 for those. Well, where's my rebate? He did right between the teeth. Ow. I get the words out. A shot rings out. Ow! The villain, having been stabbed by a swordfish with high mercury content, is carried off the stage by a few expired festival producers to music that sounds like this. Well, these days they fly them out. Thank you, but I'm not finished yet. The girl, likewise her sweetheart, now safe and secure from all harm, send for the preacher, who arrives, of course, by airplane to music that sounds like this. After a few short words, which we all remember so well and try so hard to forget, the curtain falls to music that sounds like this. Next week's attraction is announced, and everyone is happy forever after. Thank you very much. Thanks.